So the roll cage, or what's done of it so far, is all welded in. All I'm missing is an extra door bar in here, going from here down there, and same on this side. And then I'm gonna need roof bars up here, and then the two bars that'll go down to the frame at the back, and the cage will be done. So really happy with how it came out. Everything looks really nice. The welds all came out nice. Everything is TIG welded except for the door bars. The door bars are just too close to the cab for me to be able to go in there with a TIG torch and filler wire, so I did those with a MIG welder that I borrowed from my grandpa. But yeah, everything is welded in. I drilled out all the spot welds on here. It looks shitty right now because it's not sitting right, but it'll come back down and flatten out, and I'll just put in a couple tacks and some seam sealer or something like that to seal it up. But yeah, the roof skin just came right off, and it was super easy to weld after that. But yeah, it looks super good. Can't wait to finish it up. So the door bars are notched up, cut up, and put into place. They're all tacked up right now. I think it looks pretty good. I haven't put in the seat yet, but I'm about to do that, so we'll see how much harder it is to get in now. I tried to sit in it before, and it wasn't awful. It's obviously going to be more challenging, but I mean, that's part of having a roll cage. And if you look at here, I'll be able to weld that with the TIG welder, but if I brought it down any lower, since my my roof bar, door bar, or side hoop, whatever you want to call it, goes out so far, like I had to weld it with a MIG welder at the bottom, and I don't feel like borrowing the MIG welder again, because it's a 15-minute drive there and back, so I'm gonna have to bother my grandpa to ask him. So I made it this way. I feel like it's not that bad, and it's probably just safer that way. So if ever I manage to drift this thing and do some tandems and someone crashes into me, then I should be fine. So yeah, those are the door bars. I'm running low on gas, so I don't know if I'm gonna weld those, because I might just go to the store and get a new bottle of argon. But yeah, that's the door bars. So I'm gonna show you guys how not that hard it is to get in here. It's not that easy either, though. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with the way the door bars came out, and yeah, I'm gonna weld them up now. Okay, so everything is welded on the cage. The X bars are done. Main hoop is all welded. Everything all around is all welded. So now all I'm missing is the roof bars. That'll be somewhere from here to here, and same thing on the other side. And yeah, the bars that'll come from here down to the frame somewhere. That's the roof skin that I took off to be able to weld this. But yeah, now that all of this is done, I'm realizing that there is probably no better way to piss yourself off than to make a cage that fits this tight, because welding this was such a pain in the ass. Where the door bars meet the rear main hoop was just ridiculously time consuming to weld, because I must have tried to position myself, like, I don't know, for hours. I have at least, I'd say, 3 hours of wasted time in me just moving shit around, moving the foot pedal around, saying like, oh, I'll just go with the trigger switch instead, or it was just a pain in the ass to TIG weld. It wouldn't have been so bad with a MIG welder, but it still would not have been easy, so definitely for sure, if ever I build a cage again, it's not going to be that tight. I'm going to leave at least an inch on each side more than what I have right now. Because right now I have like, it's not touching the cab, but it's like not even half an inch. So that's too tight and not worth it. So I've already welded the base plates, or the portion of the base plate that's gonna be welded to the frame. And I thought I'd mention this. If you want to make repetitive parts, like, and you don't have a milling machine or something like that, something that's like really precise, and you're just working with hand tools, I had to make 4 of these plates, right? Because I'm gonna have the 2 that are welded to the frame, and then 2 that are welded to the cage, and then there'll be 4 bolts that connects everything together, or 4 bolts on each side. So the way I did it is I made one, and I drilled all the holes out with a 1/4 inch bit to the location that I wanted, and then after that I clamped all 4 square pieces together as close to being perfectly flush all around as I could, and then I drilled out 1/4 inches all the way around, and then once the 1/4 inch holes were made, every time I would drill a hole too, it's a good thing to mention, I would get a 1/4 inch bolt, tighten it down, then drill another hole, put another bolt in. That way you know that you're keeping your holes all lined up perfectly, and once everything's welded you won't have a problem with holes that don't match up. So yeah, once all the 4 holes were drilled out to 1/4 inch, I drilled them out to 1/2 inch, and once everything was all drilled up and matched perfectly, I bolted all 4 corners with 1/2 inch bolts and made a radius on all the ends, and basically flap disced all around until they were all perfectly the same, and they turned out all exactly the same and nice and square, and there won't be any issues with lining up the holes. Alright guys, so the 2 rear bars are in and welded. They're not actually fully welded. They're fully welded at the top and down at the bottom, but not this side yet. I just wanted to take a break from welding. The machine was getting a bit hot, and it's just a AHP TIG welder, so as much as they say their duty cycle is crazy, their torch that it comes with can't handle what they say that they can stand. So yeah, that torch is either gonna have to be changed at some point, or I don't know, we'll figure something out. I don't weld that much anyways, so it's more or less of a hobby. But yeah, the rear bars are in. Now all I have to do is figure out what I'm gonna do for the roof bars. I don't know, I might make them straight, I might put a slight bend in them. I'm not sure yet though. But yeah, those are in. And I don't know if I'm gonna make a diagonal bar like that for it yet. Probably. I mean, wouldn't hurt, and I have plenty of tubing left, so we'll see. That's what we have so far. Really happy how it's turning out, and yeah, can't wait to take this thing out, clean it up a little bit. So much dust on it from just grinding and all the work, and just dust from it being here for probably close to 4 years now. A friend of mine posted today on Facebook about a memory from 3 years ago, and all it was just the frame and the engine. I thought that was pretty neat. But yeah, this thing is almost done, and yeah, should be a lot safer now.